Well, here we go. Get ready for the set for the greatest thing you ever did see in your whole big life. This is the countdown. 3, 2, 1, 0. And here goes something that we've been waiting 22 years for. And don't expect too much out of this, but just sit back and listen and enjoy it. Here we are. Eagle Productions proudly presents Scavenger Hunt number 3. Number 2. I even start off wrong. This is Scavenger Hunt number 2. 1965 and 1966. Background music is presented by Zamfir and his magic flute. So I'm going to spell out to you congratulations while you're watching it. This is our end to Scavenger Hunt number 2 that we had back in 1965 and 66. This is a film that I made along with the soundtrack on a little cassette tape. And I had it transferred to a videotape, which I'm playing through my video cassette recorder. I'm transcribing the music from Zamfir on my stereo set, and I'm recording voice through the microphone. So this is from WCAN to my brother Gene, my friendly friend on this scavenger hunt, WEDM. These are silly little call letters that we had way back when we first got into CBs and when we first started fooling around with scavenger hunts, which was a lot of fun. I did a lot of this work with my old camera, my old 8mm, not my Super 8, but my 8mm. And this film was goofed and rejected instead of being proofed and edited. This is goofed and edited by your brother, the older of the family, Charles A. Nicole. And this film is presented to you by your friendly ghost. And if you think I made a mistake on that, watch who appears on your screen very shortly. Takes so long to get situated. Well, here I am with our scavenger hunt ending. Hi there. Hi everybody. I'm gonna try and talk you through this tape, show you what we did and see how you did along with your scavenger hunt. This is a visual interpretation of the clues that I gave you on paper or on tapes. Oh, that pillow. I got my hat on here in the house. Don't have any good manners way back in those years, do I? Well, wait a minute. I'll take my hat off before I go any further on this tape there. Getting along now and talking to you and showing you just what we did and how you came up with your gift, your little surprise gift. This is something that I really put a lot of effort in for you. Hope you enjoy it. So you've seen enough of me now. Let's get on with what I did and let me show you another way of rounding out the tape. I started out sitting here thinking one day, what can I do for another scavenger hunt, because we had so much fun on number 1. And I'm sitting here just minding my own business, and all of a sudden, eureka! it came across what I could do for you. So here to show you just what you went through all these months, this is a map of the greater Cincinnati area up around Reading and Evendale, Forest Park. And if you can see in the upper left-hand corner, I'm tracing a route with a red marker from Sharon Road down Route 4 across to 5126 till we get over here to Reading Road. And here at Reading Road is where I began the scavenger hunt and where you should have found clue number 1, which by now you already know that you did because I'm making this tape after the scavenger hunt to show you just what we went through. So I went down south, down Reading Road, down to Benson Street, cut across Benson, up Church, over Vine, up Vine to Jefferson, Columbia down to the park, Voorhees Park, or Caney Park, and this is where I ended the scavenger hunt for you and where you found your little gift, but we'll get into that later on. So on with the hunt, and enjoy the film. This is clue number 1, a small 500 across from a restaurant by White Necks. You have to visualize this because even in 1965 they weren't there, but the small 500 was this little car racing, the midget car racetrack, and there was a restaurant right there by Bob Whitenacks. And I told you in clue number 2, if you're at the right spot in clue number 1, you would see on item number 3 the date 1932, and that's the old school, the Board of Education, up there on the corner of Bypass 5126 and Reading Road. There's the cornerstone, and it said 1932. So if you were at the right spot in clue number 1, you'd see this building, and if you hunted enough, you would see down in the lower right-hand corner the date 1932. Then we come across clue number 3, which was a lot of nothing, and with nothing but the parking lot over there by Fashion Fair, which is also gone now. Here's a very punny clue coming up. This is one that really stumped you. And I told you if you shout in a different way, you would come out in the direction you were supposed to take. This stumped you, you said, so what I'm doing here is showing you how I came up with it. I spelled out south in my sink, turned on the water. I ran all the letters down into my garbage disposal, and I turned the garbage disposal on. And I let all the letters mix up and grind up and spell, mix them up a little bit. And I turned the garbage disposal on backwards so that it would throw out the water and throw out your letters, and it would come across the answer to your clue, which I spell out here dramatically, and it comes out to the word south, which if you rearrange shout, you come out to this direction, south. I know that was sort of a stumper. It took me a little while to figure out how to show you how to do this, but here's another way. Here's another way I can show you how to do it. If you take the word shout and spell it out, then you take the H and you just kick it up out of there. You move it over to the N, you drop it down, and you bring over the S, you got south. Now what could be simpler than that? Next clue, it says, look for a gem of the ocean. Now if you remember the song, The Gem of the Ocean, the poem, it was Columbia. And right here we have the Columbia Tool Works, which is what you should have been looking for in clue number 5. Going down Reading Road, I gave you another clue, and it says, look for the giant of the north without his babe. And there on your left, you see Paul Bunyan. Paul Bunyan was a giant fictional character who had a great big bull named Babe, a blue bull if I think right. So we continue on down Reading Road. It's a little bumpy ride. It's kind of hard to drive and steer, stay on the road, and make sure no cop sees me. Here's a clue. This is a T-Bird for driving, but not made by Ford. T-Bird for driving, not made by Ford, and it's a T-Bird golf driving range right there on Reading Road. Still there today with a great big golf ball up there.